Ayanchu, buenas tardes, good afternoon. I'm Tara Daly. It is a true honor to receive the Klingler Scholarship Award for 2023 at Marquette University. The Helen Klingler Fund is going to enable me to finish a book on Bartolina Sisa. Who is Bartolina Sisa? She is an Aymara indigenous woman from what is today Bolivia who fought against the Spanish crown in the late 1700s alongside her husband, Tupac Katari. My research is driven by broad questions. Number one, how do the contemporary arts influence politics and draw attention to marginalized voices? And two, how can Indigenous women and their allies in the Andes region teach all of us about feminist solidarity as well as the stewardship of natural resources? So this book is going to feature Bartolina, the original historical figure from the 18th century, but also look at many of the people working today to keep her memory alive. While she was hanged and quartered in La Paz in 1782, many people continue to cite her in both radio novels, in theater, in novels, and in comic strips. And it is my job to bring all of these rich artistic products together in a book that highlights this marginalized and overlooked historical figure. It is an honor to receive this award to finish the project. I will bring my research back from the Andes to the Marquette community, and I really look forward to inspiring students in my classroom around this wonderful, important social transformer from the Andes region. In Quechua, which is the Incan language, Anyay. Gracias. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, and thanks for coming. I study how the brain changes during aging, how genetic and other risk factors for Alzheimer's disease influence brain functioning, and how to leverage protective factors like exercise to promote healthy, successful aging. The primary goal of this project is to develop a brain activity index that will identify who is most likely to develop Alzheimer's disease, and to do so before their symptoms are evident. This is because early identification is crucial to being able to implement effective interventions that could reduce and reverse disease progress. More, we're focusing specifically on women because women have double the risk of Alzheimer's disease as men, but it's not just because they tend to live longer than men. Our study will use an advanced type of electroencephalography, or EEG, which is a brain imaging technique where we place a cap with gel-filled sensors on the head that measures the electrical signals that brain cells produce when they're active during cognitive tasks. Using advanced analysis approaches, we can identify the active areas of the brain and map how they interconnect with other areas to determine which areas and networks change the earliest in aging. This fellowship will specifically allow us to recruit a large, diverse sample of healthy older women and men, assess their risks for Alzheimer's disease, and do the EEG testing. It will also give us the foundations for a longitudinal study that's competitive for federal funding. I want to take a moment especially to thank the hardworking members of the Aging, Imaging, and Memory Lab, the members of the Committee on Research, Dr. Steve Saunders, Heidi Bostic, Michael Lovell, and Jean Hassenlop, and most especially the Helen Klingler family for their very generous and sustaining support of this fellowship. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lucas Torres, and I'm a professor in psychology at Marquette University. I want to thank you for this award. I'd like to thank Helen Klingler and the Klingler family for this honor. My research project is driven by the notion that mental health continues to worsen in the US, particularly among racial and ethnic minority groups, which experience increased burden and increased disparities. Yet their experiences are often minimized or not taken into account. Structural racism and discrimination is considered a major driver in health disparities and really encompass the societal structures and policies that reduce access to resources and opportunities for members in our communities. The current project seeks to better understand the factors of structural racism and discrimination that influence health behaviors and mental health across levels of functioning for Black and Latinx individuals living in Milwaukee. In this way, we look to center and uplift the voices of those who are marginalized in our community and promote well-being and health. I'd like to thank personally my community research partners who are involved in this project, fellow researchers and colleagues who have helped to develop this work, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my family and friends, especially my wife and partner, for all of your love and support throughout the years. Thank you.